though.
No, Joy
He's teaching a class right now.
Yes, he does have a class right now.
Turn up your microphone a little bit, Gilles.
Again, as usual, I think it's yours.
It's on my end?
Yes.
Okay, you're right, it is.
Yes.
Just ask my wife.
Always. It's always, yeah. Of course.
Okay, Eagle, I tried to pronounce your name. I got your Eagly? Is that how it's pronounced? You can test your box in the lower right-hand corner and let me know.
And by the way, if you want to do a private chat, you click on options over there by public.
A private chat with him. Oh, you can do that?
Yes, if you want to do a private chat, you click on options over there and then select the person you want to privately chat with. You can do that.
On top, I see. Okay.
Yes.
All right, and then they can turn that on and off?
Oh, yeah. Everybody can do that. Yeah, anybody can do that, and they can communicate with whoever they want.
Okay, she's writing back. It's egg lay. Egg lay. She's the gal in Flagstaff, Michelle. You got to call her today. I got your email about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk after the webinar.
She has a whole team. She has a whole team that's involved in this, and she's pretty astute with the computer, but they're running into problems, which is what we're going to address today: is how do you send out the emails, etc.
Absolutely.
So,
and I did
after the call today, Egley, Michelle's going to give you all.
Yeah, and we're going to speak after the webinar.
Yeah. Okay, so people are starting to come in. We have our brand new member, Emily. I'm guessing that Emily is a golfer because her email address is par for Emily. Eric is back on with us. Who else is on here with us?
We have Linda. We have Gabor. Gabor is a new member from
Monique.
Yes. We have Edwin. Welcome, Edwin.
Edwin, he was on the other day, I think, as well.
Yes, Edwin.
So we have a few more minutes. They're gonna pile in here. How many do we have registered for today?
Today we had, it only shows me the new ones because people who are already in the previous session doesn't record.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because they don't have to register again, huh? Aha.
Yes.
God, I'm learning so much.
We all are. All right, we have
Mark's been on with us before. Derek was on the other.
Yes. So was Mark, and we did Mark Jameson a few minutes ago, but I think he.
What I just noticed, they all come down in alphabetical order, don't they?
Yes.
Names. Except for yours, you be.
Right, George Peterson is in. Welcome, George. I know we were supposed to have older members as well, but I haven't seen many. I haven't seen many join in.
We have a couple more minutes. Give it a couple more minutes. Kelly's on there again.
Yes.
Cliff just joined us. Cliff Beckwith. Yeah, one of them from yesterday, I don't know if you got my email this morning, but the ones that enrolled yesterday, including Emily, the gal from Idlewild, her email address kicked back on me.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, Cliff. Probably call her.
Yeah, you got to check on that. Because we're going to repeat this anyway, but and really, as I said in the email, Emily, you definitely want to be on the one on Monday. That's the getting started one. That's how we teach you how to download the email addresses. Then this is kind of like the second step. All right, once you have the email addresses, what do you do with them? How do we send out the emails, and et cetera? So we're going to address that today. So always good to participate in these things. Every time you're on, you learn something new.
Yes, and we already sent out the webinar, the emails, the first webinar, did we?
Which one?
The first webinar.
Is it, did you download the recording?
Yes, I sent you a link. I sent you a link to it.
When did you do that?
2 days ago.
I didn't see it. I had so many emails waiting for me this morning.
Okay. Linda can't hear anything. Let's see. Linda,
There's two Lindas on there.
let me write to her here. Linda is this. Linda Wells can't hear anything.
Linda Wells is another Linda. All right, so should we get started, Sheila?
Yes, let me see if I can help Linda here. Then yes.
A couple of them don't have their microphones on.
Yes, I see Linda Wells doesn't have a mic. This is me on another screen. I'm monitoring on another screen. Otherwise, it's only Linda Wells who doesn't have a mic on, meaning she's not able to. Okay, she just okay.
Looks like everybody else is okay.
All right. Okay, perfect. So then, what we're going to do is go ahead, Georgian.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is, I guess you could say, part 2 of our webinar sessions the other day, and we're going to repeat it again on Monday for those of you who had missed the webinar number 1 and getting started. We're going to repeat that live again on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Chances are that's going to be a weekly thing, webinar for all of the new members as they begin to enroll. And that one addressed how to download the email addresses. This is the follow-up to that, and session number 2. And what we're going to cover today is how to send out the text and video emails. How do you track your emails? Once the emails go out, who and how many of them actually opened up and read the emails? And once they're opening up, they open up. It actually will tell you how long they kept it open, meaning how long, if they actually read the whole thing. So we'll talk about how you want to segregate those people from the ones who didn't open at all, because we're not going to give the ones who didn't open at all. And then we're going to teach you how to create some email templates, and with the various letters that I'm in the process of writing. On those letters, I'm probably going to end up with 5 to 10 of them. Do you want them all at one time? Is it easier for you if you one time, or as I'm doing them, should I be sending them to you?
I think that would be great.
Okay, and then the final part is how do you create a drip campaign? And there's a way of actually setting up subsequent emails in advance, so you don't have to keep running back to your computer each time. Okay. So Charles asked me a question about he thought these sessions were recorded. They are being recorded, and it was downloaded, so I can send you. In fact, I'll just automatically send the link on the recording to everyone, so they don't have to go. You can listen to it at your convenience there. So with that being said, David is not going to be able to join us today. He's teaching the class. I'm going to turn this at this point to Michelle, and I'm going to pipe in periodically and ask some questions, anticipating what's going on in your mind. But in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see there's a chat box that you can type in any questions you may have. We cover each and every single one of them. So don't be shy. All right. So with that, Michelle, good morning to you, and I'll turn this over to you at this point.
Good morning, and thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and actually paste the link to that webinar, last week's webinar. You guys can copy it and paste it, save it somewhere. You are going to be able to watch this on only Chrome or Firefox browsers. What we are working on is we're working to convert it so that it can be played anywhere. But in the meantime, we're just going to send you this one so that you can, you can watch it if you want to watch it at any given time. That is the recording from last week.
That was the one that we did on. That's the one we did on Monday. The getting started.
That's the one we did on Monday. Getting started. Yes, that is the link right there. So if you want to copy it and save it somewhere, that would be. You're going to use Firefox to write down Firefox or Chrome for now. But by this weekend, we're going to connect and play in all the browsers, and we're going to upload it also to probably to YouTube. So bear with us. Use Firefox and Chrome. You'll be able to watch it. By this weekend, you should be able to have it playing everywhere else. So thanks again, George, for this, and thank you all for joining us. Today, this is session 2, and we are going to basically go through a whole bunch of things, as George mentioned. I probably don't do this. If you have any questions, just throw in type it in there. If you want on a private question, you want to send a question, privately or to George or to anybody, go ahead and click under Quick Chat. Go ahead and click on options and click on the name of the person whom you want to communicate to, and then you can send the text. It will go personally to that person, so that everybody else doesn't see it. Again, you either way, we welcome you to do any of those. Now, let's start by show you how to create messages. And I know a lot of people have already gone in and created messages, but I know there may be a few more things that you're going to learn that you didn't know. Derek is asking, is there a chance you can shrink the chat to the right? We can have a larger presentation. All right, let's see if we can do that.
She's talking about the chat area there, I think.
Yes.
Are you reading Derek's question? There you go.
Is that better? Yes. Okay. All right. Actually, let's see if we can do this way. Presentations. This should be okay. So. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and start how to create messages. And Gabor is asking you. That's much better. Okay. Thanks a lot, Gabor. Now, for those of you who have already done created some messages, I know you are going probably to learn a few more things here. And if it becomes overwhelming, bear with us and send us questions. Write questions down, because we can go back and retrain you in whatever you want, and that way we can also create other webinars if we need to. So let's go ahead and start. Once you're logged in and you're done, you can click here under this small envelope here, or click on dashboard and go create message to be able to get to the page where you're going to create a message. That will be your first step, and that's for people who haven't done that. There are people who have already done that. And as a matter of fact, this is the first page you go to, so depending where you are. The next step you want to do is to go ahead and click here and say add message. After you've created that, by the way, I'm doing this with the assumption that you already have created your groups as we discussed last week. You've extracted and saved your leads in those groups, and you may have as many groups as you wish. We encourage you to create as many groups as you want to, because that's how you're going to do good prospecting. Now, you get to this page once you click on Add Message. The thing you're going to do is you're going to create a name for your message. This is just for your information. This, nobody else sees this right here. This is for you. After that, in number 2, you're going to go ahead and put your subject line. Your subject line is what people are going to see when they open their message. Those are the first words they see there. Now, after that, and we are going to skip a few things here and there, and then we'll come back to them later on. The reason we will be doing that is I don't want to confuse you guys. So if you see, if we've skipped something, we will come back to it. And if you feel it's important, go ahead and ask. Now, down here, this is where all your groups are. This is all your leads are saved. So all your groups are in here, and all your leads are saved in here. Now, what you want to do here is you want to select a group that you want to send your message to. Remember, you can select as many groups as you want. The way to do that is to click on Control on your keyboard, and of course select those the groups that you want. If you want to select more than one group, that is the top part. I don't want to. I'm not going to deal with these templates right here for now. It's going to take a little bit of time before we get to that. Here, if you don't want to send your message right now, you want to send it a certain time or certain date, usually select the date here and select the launch date and time, and it will go ahead and do that. So, and that's right here. Then after that, that is the top part of your message. And the second about Fred is asking, you mentioned something about trackers. It starts when here with the first message. Okay. Now, yes, Fred. As you can see here, the tracking here is turned on, which means every message that is sent out is actually tracked, unless you decide to turn it off yourself. Yes, tracking starts right there. Now, so that is the top part. You've created your message name, your subject line, and the subject line is what people are going to read. You're welcome, Fred. And then you've selected the groups to which you're going to send your messages to. Of course, if you want to do the launch date, then you can select that. But for now, I'm not going to dwell on that as much. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide to show you the bottom part.
Michelle, one quick question. If you want to send it right away, do you put today's date in the launch date? I'll repeat that question. If you want to send it right away,
you don't have to put it. You just
don't put anything in the launch date. That's only a future.
You don't put anything on launch.
Sure. And by the way, folks, those of you who were not on the first call, that's when we went over the how to create the groups, which you'll hear if you listen to the recording or if you join us on Monday. Everybody's welcome to join us on that Getting Started webinar on Monday. Go ahead, Michelle.
All right. Now, Kelly is asking, and I'm going to go back to the previous slide. Kelly is asking here, what is your feeling on clicking the high importance feature on emails right here? Let me go ahead and delete what we already have so I can highlight. What she's asking about is right here. Yeah. Now, the reason we have this is when you have so many groups and so many emails, there's some emails that you may send and you want to come back and track and see specific things. Let's say you have sent 500 emails. There are going to be so many of them. So when you turn this on high importance, what it's going to do is it's going to enable you to track, to find that email, the message you sent out easily, because it's going to have a light bulb on the side. So that is on Kelly. So it's not, for the members, I mean, for your recipients. It's for you. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I have, that high importance thing, it's kind of deceiving because it isn't really highly important that they read it right away. You want them to, of course, but it's deceiving that it's in the sense that it is a normal email. So I actually, in promoting our classes, etc., I had that turned on and I wasn't even aware of it. And I had a number of agents that replied back to me saying that it shouldn't be turned on because it wasn't of high importance. So I would question whether or not you really want to do that. Unless you're following up with somebody who had a question or something, then maybe you do turn it on. Or if they're asking for specific information about something, and maybe you do turn it on. But when you're kind of sending out blast emails as we're doing, I would not do that.
Right. Faisal's asking if I want to use the same message to send to multiple groups, will I need to save it as a template or reuse it? Now, if you want to send a message, let's say you want to send a message to this group, or what happened to my pencil, and this group, so many groups at the same time, what you'll do is you basically select all those groups at one time and send it out. Now, if you send a message out and then realize that it was it had a good response and you want to send it out to somebody else, that's when we are going to go into archives and I'll show you how to edit that message again and send it to a different group. So you don't have to recreate it. It's already there. You just choose which other group you want to send it to. I'm talking about stock introductory email that will be used as first contact to every group I ever create. Yes, you can do that and use the same email to every group. You don't, and I'll show you that when we get into archives. Gerard is asking, I mentioned this to you before about the save button. I don't see a way to save your work and go back and review or add something to a message. I'll show you when we get there, Gerard. Remind me before we are done with the sending. I'll show you where you are going to be able to edit that message and add something into it if you want.
Yeah, but he's talking about a save. He's talking about saving the emails.
Linda says she hears nothing. There is sound, and I think she has. Let me respond to her. George, do you want to respond to her?
Are you on mute, Linda?
Can you write to her because I don't think she can hear us. What I'm suspecting is she has probably not turned on her mic. Yes. Now, Emily is asking, can we send to an individual a private email? Do you understand that question, George?
Oh, yes, absolutely you can send it. Yeah. She's sending, instead of sending groups, can you send it to one individual? That's what she's asking. And of course you can.
Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, Faisal, let's finish this small aspect. Let's go, finish it and then you can ask that question. Maybe you may get your answer down as we go down the road. All right? Okay, thanks. And it's not going to be far down. It's going to be after maybe 2-3 slides. Fred is saying, I have a group of only me and test the emails in that way. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, Fred. All right. So let me go ahead and go to the next one. Now, we have dealt with the top part. Now, the bottom part is here. This is where you are going to type in whatever you want to type in. If you want to paste anything there, a message that you have somewhere else, you can Control V. That's how you're going to paste your text in that area. Once you created that, basically you click create at the bottom here, step 5, and then, oh, what happened? I forgot the slider. Let me go ahead and show you. I forgot to add it here. Let me go ahead and show you live what you'll do. Give me a second here. I'm going to go to the website so I can go to it. Give me a second here. And what I'm talking about is after you click create, that's what I want to show you. And you know, you all know what happens after that.
Well, maybe we don't. Why don't you tell them?
Right, let me go here and start sharing my screen. Didn't realize that I've done that. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Now I'm talking about my. Oh, okay. No, wait. Okay. No. Okay.
What we're looking
right.
at, Michelle, is the email
You
form.
should be able.
Okay. Just display actual size now.
Okay. Display actual size. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Taking longer to load. So, all right. This is where we are now. Taking long to load. So I'm. Now, what I've done is I've created now you guys can probably see my screen. I've created a message, I've added, and called it test, and I'm going to call it write test all the way down. I don't know why the connection is slow today. All right, here's my message name. This is what people don't see. Oh, okay, that's the highlighted one. That is my message name. And the next to it, that's the subject. And I've selected this gene test as a group I'm creating to. I'm going to go ahead and click create. Bear with me here. The connection seems to be very, very slow. I don't know why. So anyway, so I've created create. I've clicked on create, and this is what you get. Now, Frederick, what you are asking is, what if you've created that already? What can you do to edit it? Basically, what you do is you come here, you look at this. These pens are looking like icon here. You click on it. It will take you back to the same message. Now you can add whatever you want to add.
So at that point, you can also copy and paste, right?
Bear with me here. I don't understand what. Yes, you can copy and paste. You can edit it. You can change it from a template to an email. You can do anything. What I'm going to do is let me turn off my camera for a second and turn it back on and see if that's going to help. All right. Okay, so basically this is where we've come now after editing. Now, once you're done editing, you click update and you can proceed from that point again. Now, whatever you've done is already been edited. But if you figure out that whatever you edited was not right, again, you go back right here, click on it, and then you go back again. Remember, whatever we had added here is there already. If you wish to add an image, for example, you just go on insert image and get your image from the library if you have any image there. I don't know if I have any image in this.
But the library is where all the letters are?
The library is where they put they upload their images, yes. And we'll get to that later on.
Okay.
Yes, and then, and then upload it, assuming it's your whatever it is, just upload it and then it'll be good to go. So let me go back. Does that answer your question? Kelly, were you able to see the screen?
I can see it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Actually, yes. Is there a limit on number of email addresses to send to one at one time? You can send up to 1,000.
Kelly's not seeing the images there. Should she just log back in?
You want me to go back in? Let's see. Did anybody else see the screen?
Kelly says no, just one big gray square.
Okay, Gerard was able to see that, and Kelly, I see the regular slides. I'll go back in real quick, but let me answer Fred's question real quick. Does Facebook emails allowed? Yes, absolutely, because now Facebook emails are actually delivered into they are delivered into the inboxes based on depending on where or what the original Facebook owner signed us in. So let's say using Yahoo or Gmail, whatever it is, that Facebook email will be delivered in that account.
Ashley's asking a question.
Ashley is asking, what is the average time it should take to email anyone in a group? I've tried multiple times and I only get one email sent from a group of 400. We had that issue with a few accounts like 4 days ago. What happened is there was a small itch, but that was resolved within a few minutes. So actually, go ahead and send. If you send to your 400 emails, what it's going to do is it's going to take a little bit of time to send, but it will send all the emails. There was a glitch, a small glitch that we had about 4 days ago, maybe 3. 3 days ago, but that was sorted out. So if you can resend your emails, they should also all be delivered. And by the way, once you click on send, you don't have to wait for it to finish sending. You can turn off your computer. You can do whatever you want to do because the system is going to keep on sending. Now, do you want me to go back and show Kelly that? I probably should do that real quick.
They're saying to see the regular slides. I don't know what's the difference between regular and...
The screen, she wasn't able to see my demo. I think that's what she was talking about.
Well, what I'm looking at, Michelle, is the template of the email.
Yes.
Where you have your number 4 or 5. And it says click here to create an email.
Screen, but it has a shadow. Are you talking about on top?
Yeah, I have them. There's the screen I'm looking at is the template page of what an email looks like, without the letter itself.
All right.
have
Yes,
step
absolutely.
number 4.
That's what we're trying to show. Yes.
Is that where everybody should? Is that where everybody should be?
Yes. He said it's been resolved. Right. The screen share was just a gray square. I see the slides just fine. However, so let's, for the sake of Kelly, let's go ahead and do. Yes, only background is gray. Yeah, the background is gray, but the front has the slide. For the sake of Kelly, let me go back real quick and show her that that screen. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Perfect. Let me go ahead and restart screen sharing again. All right. Now, Kelly, can you see my screen? Create message and all that. George, can you? I can't see that.
Yes, that's
screen.
what I'm looking at as well.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go back to where we were, which was create message. I'm going to, actually, I'll delete this message, and this is where you delete the message if you don't want it. You can click here to delete, and it will ask you if you want to remove, or you can select here and delete, either way. So I'm going to delete and redo, add a message so that we go through the same process again. So basically, let's say, let me call this Michelle, the message name, and call it Michelle test. Now, let's say I'm going to send this to this group called Austin. And by the way, somebody was asking, how can I send to more than one? You hold your control on your keyboard, and then select. You can select multiple groups, and it will send to all of those. Then, now, let's say at the bottom, remember this is the top part that we spoke about. At the bottom here, let's call it testing 1, 2, whatever. Let's call it testing 1. Now, assuming that we've created that message, we are done with the message, we go ahead and create. Now, you will not be able to create unless you select a group and, you fill up all the forms. the information from the top. Now, once you've done that, you have chosen not to send the message. And remember, we did not select a launch date, meaning future date when it will be launched. It's going to be held here. If you want to send, and this is something we will talk again in the slides ahead, you're going to click here to send. And if it's already sending, you can click here to stop it from, to pause it from sending. But to edit, you're going to click on this icon right here, the small icon here, and then it will open the message again. You go back and add, want to add. Again, as I said, if you want to add your image, an image that you have already uploaded into your library, let me go slower a little bit. You go to insert image here. Then you can either upload if you don't have anything in your library. If you have something in your library, you click library, and then you select your message, and then insert.
So in the library would be letters that you want to send out.
That will have the images that.
Just the images. Okay.
Yes, but
right.
what
and the letters are in the templates.
What we're going to do, yes, but what we're going to do is I think we're going to add the letters that you are creating, George. I think we're going to add them into everybody's library, but they can go in there and edit them.
Yeah, the letters I'm going to send, the letters we're going to post there, you're going to want to take and personalize it with your own contact information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now once you're done with that, you click update. You would have edited that message. Now it's still, again, it's going to be here. It's going to wait for you to send it unless you already created a launch date. And, when you are ready, go ahead and send it. If you're not ready, you can edit it and so forth. And we'll get to the rest of the slides.
Quick question, Michelle, while you're on that page, go back to that page.
Okay.
Right there. And next to on hold, where it says status, there's a little box there. What's that box for? To the left of it.
This one?
Right there, yes.
Yeah, this box is, if you want to, let's say you have 10 messages on hold, and you choose to delete 3 of them. you select the boxes and then you click delete, and then you delete only those boxes that have been selected.
Okay. So it's
Yes.
just like any other emails that are sent out. So those are the ones you want to delete if that's what you're doing. Okay.
Yes, yes. Now let's see. Gerard, did you have any question?
You asking me? Oh, Gerald.
Oh, Gerald.
Gerald's asking, how do you transfer the images to the library?
Okay, I'll go back here, and this is something. Actually, if you don't mind, can we proceed, and then I'll show you, because this is going to be in another somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're a little bit ahead of us there, Gerald. We'll answer that.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to, if there is no question about the screen sharing, I'm going to cut off the screen sharing because it messes up your screen as well.
Okay.
So, all right. Perfect. So let's go to the next slide. How you to upload flyers, and this is what Gerard was talking about. By the way, you can do that. What I mean here is you can upload your own flyers. Just listed. Just sold. Whatever flyers you do, all you have to do is convert them into JPEG, and then upload them up here. So basically, you go through the same process as we did before of creating a message. Once you've done this box here is, this box here is the same box we have here. And where I clicked here to insert message is what I'm talking about here. So you go here, step 1, click here to upload your message. Now this box, this will be the step 2. This box will pop up. Now then go ahead and click here, upload image.
Upload now.
Image, and this is for people who don't have any images in their library already. Once you do that, you go once the image shows up, of course you are going to browse for the image and from your computer, and then go ahead and click number 4 to insert image. Now once you do that, unless you select specifically to have that image inserted in the message box, that image is going to go into your library. And whether the message goes into your message box anyway, it's still going to be saved in your library. Then now, this is what happens. Like, once the messages are in the library, let me go back again. Now, once here, you're going to see a blank box just like this, again, because it's been inserted in the library, so you're not going to see it unless you select specifically to have it inserted in here. So now, after that, you go ahead and click again, insert message. Assuming you uploaded several images in your library, this box will pop up. This box will pop up blank, but you're going to click on Get from Library, number 2 here, Get from Library. When you click on it, all your images will show up here. Once your images show up here, now you can, by the way, delete your message, your image, if you want to delete it from the library by hitting the dustbin there. If not, just click on the message, whatever message you want, insert.
Right, now, do all the images and the flyers, they all need to be in JPEG?
Yes, in JPEG.
Okay. So, whatever format, there's a website, it's free to do. You can take any Word document or whatever, and it's called Zamzar, Z-A-M-Z-A-R, and you can convert any file into JPEG, into PDF, whatever. And it's free to do that.
Can you type it there for them, please?
What's that?
Can you type that website in there for them?
Yeah, I'm going to double check to make sure I got the right one here. I'm quite certain I do. Let me a second.
Can we solely upload images from our own computer every time, or can we have to put them into the library first? Or do we have to put them into the library the first time? Now, once you upload your image from your computer and it goes into the library, it's going to follow you wherever you are. If you're on your phone, you're going to find it in your library. so you don't have to upload every time. And that's why it's important to select whatever images that you want and put them in there so that you don't have to redo it over and over again. Thanks. All right. Now, let's proceed now. Okay, so now what I did here is I selected a specific template. In this case, actually, instead of an image, I selected a template. But, you know, what I did, select this message, template. This is the template right here. Now, this template, though, it has, its settings are bigger. It's a bigger template than it would be seen on an email. So what I decided to do is, I went ahead and changed this number here, changed this between 640 to about 940. That should be fine. The number to the right will be forced because unless you check this part, this force ratio, this number will be forced to, you know, will be changed to conform with whatever size it is. Then after that, what will happen is, if you want, let's say a listing you have, and you want people, when people get to this image, and later on we may also actually do a webinar to show you how to create a template, which you know, where you can insert an icon. An icon, something like this, a button like this to, you know, say insert image or, you know, click here. So if you want your recipients to click on something and then they're taken to your, Sandra says she has no sound. Can anybody else hear me? Let me see here. Okay, great, Sandra, thanks. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Now, if you want, let's say within your flyer, you have indicated, okay, click here to access, get more information or to go to my website. And we may do a webinar actually if, let me take a note here. Templates. If you want to do that, then what you want to do is over here, number 3, you're going to have a place where it says wrap image with your in a link. So what you'll do is you'll copy the link of your listing or a link to your website or a link to wherever you want them to go. As a matter of fact, if you want people to click an email right to you, you can put your email address right here and then click insert. What happens is when people in that email, once they look at it, if they click on a button, if you have a button there telling them click here to go to a certain place, then now that they will be directed there automatically, and that doesn't show anywhere on the flyer, but they're going to be taken there automatically. Now, just wanted to mention that George did send in the website that will enable you to convert emails automatically, zamzam.com. All right. Now, is there any question on that? So I can copy and insert a link from MLS to the, absolutely, yes, you can do that. You can insert a link to anywhere, wherever, you know, wherever you want to direct people to. All right. And also, actually, let me, because of your question, Gerard, let me show you something else also. I'm going to turn on my screen sharing as well, again. All right, can you guys see my screen? I believe you should. All right, let's say we have this message that we had already created, and you tell them, you say something to the effect, let me delete the image. You type in and say, click here to email or whatever it is. Contact us. Let's say that, for example, that's what you have. Now, if you want them to click and inserting the entire, URL, what you'll do is you'll highlight that area and go here. I'm going to go slowly. This is a little icon that looks like a chain link. that will allow you to insert a link. Click on it, and then now go ahead and copy a URL, whichever URL you want to put there. You put it in there. Now, wait a second, this is not, okay. Do it again. Okay, you paste it in there. Now, I would suggest that you, under target, you let them open in a new window. What that means is, when they click on that area, another window will open. So you don't want to get people away from your message. You want them to open another window, go see whatever it is you want them to see, but get right back to your message. So if you go do that and click OK, this place gets highlighted. When they click here, it's going to take them to their message. But what about if you wanted to have them send you an email? Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and write your email address. I'm going to put mine in this case, at rnbleads.com. And remember, this text, it picks the text from whatever we have there and puts it here. Click here to contact us. Now, of course, I'm going to want it to go to a new email, a new target. But watch this, what happens here. When I click OK, it's going to say the URL you entered seems to be an email address. Do you want to add the required mail to prefix? So go ahead and click OK. So now once they receive this and they click on this area, it's going to take them automatically to have your email inserted to their sent to automatically. So all they do is just type and send, an email to you. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but I thought it's important to add on to what Gerard was talking about. All right? Let me close that. Go to the next slide. Now, remember, I wanted to show you what would have happened now. This is the flyer we had now. So I've done everything and I've clicked insert. And this is how it goes. Now you go ahead and create as normal as any other email, and then you go through the sending process. So when they receive it, this is what they see. That's how they see it. All right. So again, this code, it's showing us the same thing I showed you earlier when we went to my screen. Sending has not started. That means that you need to click here to send. Of course, you can click here to pause if you need to, and then you click here to edit, and this is what I was talking about earlier, Frederick. So let me go to the next slide. Okay, Gerard is asking, so I can copy it. What is the second arrow facing? Okay, left. Are you talking about this arrow? Oh, this is to show you that it's on hold. I just wanted to emphasize that. I wanted people to know that. Oh, okay. Which one? Let me see. Second arrow facing left. This one, all the way to the left. Or all the way to the right. This one. This is for editing. This shows. Oh. Last box. Okay, I'm going to go and explain on every arrow because I'm not sure I get which one it is you're talking about. Let me start with this one. This one shows that your message is on hold, just to remind you so that you can. You're talking about the previous template? I'll go back to it, but let me finish this. This is to show you that your message is on hold. Now, this one shows you the progress. If you have started sending, it shows, of course, you haven't started sending, but once you start sending, it's going to show your progress. By the way, this is what I was talking about earlier, that it's going to take a little bit of time when it's sending because it has to ping. So what we're going to do here, once you click send, you're done. You can go ahead and continue doing other stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Then this one right here, is if you've clicked send already and you choose, oh, I need something, you click here to pause. You click here to pause the sending process so that you can do the editing or you can do whatever you want to do before you resume the sending again. We see an arrow to the right of the edit box. Oh, this, okay, this arrow, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't, okay, let me show you. That's going to show you the details. I'm going to get my screen again back up. I didn't expect that to be, you know. Let me go ahead and bring my screen again, and then I'll show you on my screen. So you're asking about this arrow. What this does is, if you click on it, it's going to show you details on what's going on. It's showing you that I have sent this message to so many groups. It shows me the user, it shows me the limit I have, and it shows when it was sent last. So it's not really, it's not, you know, it's just for your knowledge of what's going on. Fred is asking, by the way, did I answer the question, Gerard? Okay, thanks. All right. Now, when you pause, it means that you sent the email only for some leads and others are pending. Yes, if it has, let's say if it has sent 10%, it would have sent those emails to the 10% of your people. And then once you pause, it stops sending to the rest of the people in that group. All right, let's proceed. Now, let me get out of the screen again. Is asking if emails are sent in alphabetical order. No, sometimes not necessarily, because sometimes some emails, when pinging, some emails don't respond fast enough. So it may, let's say, send to A and then ping B, and ping B doesn't run back right away. It may go to C and then come back to B later on. All right, no problem. Let's proceed here. So let's do the video emails, and this is for people who want to send video emails. Again, the process is the same. I'm going to go back to the screen we were in of creating a message here, so I can show you. Now, again, you've done everything you needed to do on top here. Then you've come to this point here, and then now I'm going to go forward to the screen where we were. Now, once you're at that screen, to do your first step is going to go here. There's a small icon here saying YouTube. You're going to, the assumption here is that you've already created your video and you have uploaded it onto YouTube. We can only send YouTube videos. Then what you do is you click on it. This pop-up comes up. Now, as it shows on number 2 here. And then after that, you're going to go to your URL, the link on top, up top that says www.youtube.com with numbers and so forth. You copy that link and insert it here. Now, if you want to change the size, I'll answer your question in a second, Faiza. If you want to change the size of your video, you can do that here, but oftentimes it's all right. The way it is, and go ahead and click insert. Then this is what shows up. Sorry, George. This is from our last webinar, so so it's inserted there, and then you click create again and proceed. Now let me go back and answer Faisal's question. He's asking, can you modify the video platform to allow us to upload videos from sources other than YouTube? I'd like to record my own and upload them. Now, George, Faisal, the reason we are using YouTube, and we may use a few other platforms, is that videos take a huge amount of space in the server. So if we allowed you to put videos in the library, for example, as you do images, it's going to be a nightmare. Now, there is a way we can allow that. We can we can convert your videos to become really, really small in size. The problem is most people do not have the knowledge, and most people do not have the applications that will enable them to do that, and it will become a problem. So that's why we thought, okay, let's just do YouTube. It's easier, it's faster. But if you have an idea and if you have something specific you want to do, or you have your own website and have a server that you want to use, you can tell us, and we can help you do that. Oh, so you don't use YouTube. So how do you use your, where do you save, Ahmed? Do you have them on your website? Do you, on your own PC? Oh, you don't publish videos yet. We should also allow Vimeo, by the way. The problem is when if you have so many videos on Vimeo, then they start forcing you to subscribe and start paying for it. About Videolicious. I tell you what, why don't you let me write that down, and then we can check the coding on Videolicious, and then see if we can do that. Okay, Kelly, it's very important, by the way, very, very important. Let me tell you, now that we're on this subject, let me tell you what a friend of mine up in Maryland is doing, and getting a lot of leads from this. iJot. Let me do iJot as well. And that's the power of videos. I want to tell you, it's really, really important. This is what this gentleman does. He goes to a small city and talks to every business, goes around and checks every business that there is in that city, and then creates simple, really, not anything complicated, just a PowerPoint. He creates a PowerPoint presentation with pictures of, let's say top 10 restaurants in the area, and then using PowerPoint, he converts them into videos and puts them on YouTube. Now, anybody new going to visit, or anybody within that city, wants to know what is trending and what's good in the city. He has restaurants, he has, hair salons, he has, best landscapers and so forth. Now, by rating them, he talks to these people and says, hey, you got to give me some referrals. I'm marketing your product. Make sure you give me some referrals. So now what's going on is he's not only getting referrals from those people, but also even locals want to know what is trending in their own city. So whenever they're searching, that's what pops up first. So he's doing really, really well. So, Faisal, I would suggest that you start getting into videos. It's a really good way of marketing in one way or the other. No problem. You're most welcome. Fred, are the emails with video smartphone responsive? Yes. To the size adequate to the size of the smartphone screen? Yes, they are. All right. Let's go ahead and isn't it more, Gerard is asking, isn't it more advisable to use YouTube because it's so widely known? Absolutely. Let me tell you why. YouTube is owned by Google. So if you put, for example, in your local area, you put videos about specific things in the local area that people are most interested in, best schools in my city, best, whatever it is, Google ranks that top. Once it ranks it at the top, you not only get highest hits on YouTube, but you also get ranked on top. By the way, I know many of you probably do pay people to rank your websites, to do SEOs on your websites. And people pay a lot of money to do that. I wouldn't. This is the easiest and best way of doing it. You can do it yourself, and you can do it on your phone. It doesn't have to be that fancy. But that is for another discussion. I don't want to get into it too much, because we have quite a bit to do here. So, most welcome, Fred. Now let's go ahead and do the drip campaign. I hope I answered most of the questions here. All right, let's go to the drip campaign. Now, when you want to do a drip campaign, what you want to do is you want to go to your dashboard and then go ahead and click on the drop down there and then click on the drip campaign. Once you do that, I think we lost George. Once you do that, then you're going to add right here, click add the drip campaign. After that, what's going to happen here, unlike in your regular emails, your groups are going to up on the right. Remember, before your groups showed up to the left. Kelly is saying if we could dive into YouTube in a later webinar, that would be awesome. You know what? If you guys have, we can do that. But YouTube is a powerful tool. I guarantee you, powerful tool. And you don't have to be a videographer. You do not have to be really good with any of this stuff to do some of the YouTube things that are converting and helping people do business. So let me note that for myself. YouTube webinars. Okay. All right. We'll think about that, Kelly, and then see if we can set up. All right. Now, what you would have done here is, you're most welcome. What you would have done here is, you go ahead and select your group, a group that you want. Enter your subject line here, subject name. Again, I'm not talking about this for now. We'll discuss those later on. Then, down here, you're going to see where it says interval. By the way, I can't write, especially using a mouse. Where it says interval. Now, what this means is that an interval between when you send your first message and when you want the next message to be sent. Let's say, for example, you want your message to be sent out, to people for the next 3 years, and you want it to be sent out every 60 days. What you'll do is you go here and type in 60. I can't write 60. You type it in 60, and then go here, launch date. Choose today as the launch date, and sending end date. Click here. The calendar will pop up, and select the date. Now, make sure the time that it's starting here. I mean, the end date is going to be, let's say you start today at 11 o'clock. You want the end date to be May 13th, 2000, and that's what you want to do. If you want to send for 3 years. And then, if that's what you do. But if you want to send that message let's say every Tuesday for the next month or two, what you're going to do is you're going to go here. We have the days here. You check the box here presenting the days you want your message to be sent out. And then, of course, select the launch date and select the date you want that campaign to end. Do not enter a number here and then select the date here. Select the days of the week here. Because what will happen is, let's say you select 3 days and then you select Wednesday. And then you send out the message today. 3 days will be probably on Saturday. It will not be Monday, it will not be Wednesday. Now the system will be confused, it will not send out anything. So make sure if you are selecting an interval, you only select an interval. If you are selecting the day, just select the day. All right? Then now we are going to go to the next slide. And of course, this is the bottom part. You can do this for your, text messaging. You can do the video. You can do the templates. You can do whatever you really want to do, and set it as a drip. Now, I've had people who say, who ask me, can you send different messages in a drip campaign? You'll have to send set them all differently. Let me tell you why that is important. If you remember what we discussed last week, once you send your messages out, if some people open your emails, some people don't. Those who open your email, you want to move them out. You want to move them out, and then give me a second here. Let me see where George is. Guys, give me a second here. George Smith. Okay. All right. Give me a second here. Let George join in. Okay. Where is it? All right. George, go ahead and turn on your mic and your camera. Now, people have asked and said, how, do I send different, can I send different messages and so forth? The thing here is you have so many, let's say you are sending out 2,000 emails, all right? Now, out of the 2,000 emails, in some instances, you may get 10 people opening, 15 people opening. Now, when you set a drip campaign, what is going to happen is, George, go ahead and turn on your mic. I don't think your mic is on. Okay, thanks. Perfect. Now, once 10 people open out of your group, you go into that group, move them out. And then just wait and let the message be sent out automatically. And, you can send that up for 2 months, for example. That you go in after every 2 weeks and check who opened and move to another group. So once you've done that, all the people that have opened your emails, you put them in a different group. The ones who did not open over an extended period of time, now those people are not probably going to open at all, discard them. That is the best way to put these people in a funnel and start working them. Otherwise, if you send out an email to a group once and then forget about it, you never know. I mean, we all receive emails that we don't, some of them important emails that we don't get to open because life gets in our way, and we may miss an opportunity. And you don't want to miss a client just because they didn't open, not because your message was not good enough, but because on their end they were busy or whatever happened, they didn't do it. That's why it's important that you use a drip campaign. Do we have any question on this one? All right. Let's proceed. So let's see how we can to create templates. And bear with me here. This I was anticipating that this would be short, but it's kind of long because Now, if you want to use our templates, by the way, we have a few templates. There are not too many, and I'm going to explain to you why. We don't have too many templates because there are many free templates out there that you can use. So the templates we have, you can edit and work with them and send them out. But there are many other ways of getting free templates. You can upload your own JPEG flyers, or as we go along, I'm going to show you how you can use our template builder to build your own template. And we have a sample of the templates. Which ones, Frederick? The ones we have on the system? We already have some on the system. Okay, perfect. Yeah, they are there. You can actually, yes, you can access them. They are right here. And that's what we are going on into. So to access this template, you're going to go onto dashboard. The dashboard will open up, and then click on templates. And then you'll see there are about 10 templates, different templates. These are just 2 that pops up. And then you click on the templates you like, select that template. Apparently, I selected this one. And by the way, once you select it, you can edit anything here. You can type in everything you want. For example, this small button here, let me touch it. It's not very clear. It says contact. This, you can click on it and insert your email, as I showed you earlier, email link, so that when they click on it, it's live. They can contact right away. Then after that, you can change all the images on that webinar. On that template. For example, here, I decided to change this bigger here, just as to show you. So I clicked on it, and then my first step was to click on Insert Image, as shown on step 1. Then you select the image that you want to change. Once you do that, this pops up. Now, once this pops up, the image that is in here shows up here. Now, assuming that you have your images in the library, or if you don't, you're going to upload them. So click Get from Library. Important. This is actually very, very important. You're going to see a number here. Something happened with my pencil. You're going to see a number somewhere here. Make sure you retain that number. Don't change that number, because that's what is going to make sure that the size is not distorted. There's going to be a number here and the number to the right. Keep that. Once you do it, go ahead and click Insert. You'll be done with that. Now, as you can see, the new image has been inserted in place of the old image. By the way, you can, the just listed, you can change that to just sold. You can type whatever you want there. You can change all these images there and so forth. And then go ahead and create message as you would do normally, and you'll be good to go. Now, this is how you, of course, create message as we said before. And, you can go ahead and send the message.
Yeah. Let me interject something here. It's important that when you're creating your groups, that you're segregating the buyers from the sellers. So if you are, when you're typing the keywords and you're looking for buyers in a certain town, when you save that group, you want to make sure it identifies them as buyers. Because especially if you're sending out something that was on the MLS, something just listed, that's really targeted to the buyers who are interested in purchasing a home in a certain area. Sellers, although it wouldn't hurt to send it to the sellers, it doesn't really target them. So you want to be very specific about something like that. Go ahead.
All right. Kelly is asking, once I modify a template, can I rename it and save it? Once you modify that image, it's all yours. So, yes, it's been saved. Once you modify and create it, it's yours. You can, it's saved, and you can reuse it over and over again as you wish. If an image I have saved is too large of a file, is there a way to import and modify size? Let me go right back here and show you. As I said here, when you click on that image that you want to change, the image that you're going to insert here is not going to be necessarily the same size. What you want to pay attention to is the number that is in here. Oftentimes, this number is not going to change. Do not change it. If you don't change it, you just click Insert. It will modify. It will change the size to fit the size that is required for that template.
So Faisal's asking about email templates that you're only showing flyers. That's what I'm going to be working on today, Faisal, are some letters that we're going to download. You'll need to personalize them with all your contact information, but they're basically going to be Word documents that you're going to download into the email to send out specifically to the buyers or sellers. So the answer to your question is yes.
And by the way, these are not PDF or these are HTML flyers. So templates. So you can edit anything there. And Cliff is asking, MB size. Yeah, the MB size doesn't matter. It's going to be adjusted here to fit that specific area. And you import it next time, that same image to another template that is a little bit bigger. It will again modify it. So you don't have to worry about that at all, Cliff. All right, thanks. Does that answer your question, Cliff? Am I going to discuss shortcuts? You know what? I think we may have to do that in the next, in the next webinar, because we have quite a few slides to go. But I can do that real quick by passing. All right. Remind me again when maybe when we are done. Remind me. I can do that real quick bypassing because it's not a really big topic. But again, I don't want to overload everybody.
And Faisal's asking about the emails. Yes, I'm going to write them. I'm going to send them to Michelle to download and put them in the templates. But I'll email those same letters out to all of you. So if you want to personalize it on your own computer and then download it into the templates, all of that part will be done. That's a good idea. Faisal, thank you for suggesting that.
Absolutely. All right. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead now. What about scripts? Emily, I think is that the same thing? George, am I reading
What about scripts? You're talking about scripts after you get a response back from your email, Emily? Because scripts are really a conversation you have with someone. Is that what you're referring to?
I'm thinking. I tell you what, Emily, what you'll do is
Kelly can't do a webinar without injecting some sort of humor.
Oh, Kelly, all right. Okay, Emily, if you want to discuss the issue of scripts further, please contact George. George, if you don't mind to give her your email address.
Yeah, I'll type it in here for you. Everybody should have it anyway because I sent you all the invite to this.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know what the scripts. Tell me what you're looking for because I'm going to have to possibly create something that's actually. We do have some scripts prepared.
I think she can.
My email address is very simple. It's George@practicalresources.net. Let me see if I typed it in correctly there. There you go. George@practicalresources.net.
Okay. All right. Okay. Follow-up suggestions for conversion. Okay, perfect. Just try to load this error showed up. You try to upload the picture? Is that what you're saying? Okay, Cliff, let me send you my email so you can email that to me, and then we can
Is that a picture? Is he talking about a picture that's in a template?
No, I think he's saying that he tried to upload a certain image into the system and it's too big.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Go ahead and email that, and then we can continue the conversation personally. All right. So let's go ahead and go into the template builder. Is that okay, Cliff? Okay, thanks. All right, because I don't want to, I don't want us to go for, other people may get overloaded. All right. Now the template builder, what this does is just like normal templates, but you create your own, and it's really good in doing a newsletter, for example. So to do that, you're going to go into settings, and then go ahead and click templates. All right. After you do that, of course, you click add as normal. Then this shows up on the left-hand side. This shows up. What happens is you are going to select the format you like, and we're going to add more templates here. But for now, what you're basically going to do is whatever you choose to. Let's say you choose this as the format you want. You're going to drag it to the right and then start editing it. So basically what I did, actually, I dragged that, I think I dragged this specific one. And Kelly, no, I'm not selling Tony Robbins here. I dragged that image there. And then, you can edit anything you want here. And remember the buttons we were talking about earlier? you can, they do have buttons here which you can actually also move and put them wherever you want. Then you can change the background if you so wish, and I didn't want to go into too much details here. You can change the background, you can change the format, you can add a different, pattern to the bottom and so forth, and you edit everything you want. You can change the font, and there's so much you can do with that. And I know not everybody is going to be able to do that, but for those of you who can and who want to do it in details, you can contact me, because I don't want to overload those who may not be able to do that. Now, once you do it, go ahead and, of course, name your template up here, give it a name, and then click Save. Once you've clicked Save, this pop-up comes up and tells you that you've saved successfully. Now, your template is going to be saved here. But it's not useful if it's just here. So I want to show you how you're going to use it now. When you go to create message, and remember I told you initially that this area, I didn't want to talk much about it before. Now we are going back to it. All the templates that I showed you that we got through the dashboard, you can also access them through here if you click on this drop down. But also you can access the other templates that you create yourself. So you go ahead and click here. By the way, I named this template Success Template. I believe that's what I named it. So now you go ahead and click here, and you pick the template that you had selected, which was the Success Template. Now it's going to be populated down here in the message box, and this is how it looks, and this is how it's going to look when they open your email. Now, if anybody clicks on here where it says click here for your gift, if you would have put a link on where you want them to go, it will take them there, wherever that is. To your website, to your Facebook page, wherever. Can you create several buttons? Yes, absolutely. Yes, you can create several buttons. You can change the color of the buttons. You can do really anything you want to do with that. And if there is any other question, I'm going to wait for a second. So your custom templates can then be found added to your default. Absolutely, yes. But you are only going to access them through here. When you click here, you're going to see a whole list of them. Yes. All right. Now, let's go to the archives now. We are assuming that you've sent your emails out. And so I've seen some people have said, oh, I sent the email and I can't see it. I don't know what happened to it. So you go to Dashboard and then click on Archives. It's going to show you where your emails went. I mean, whatever activity happened to your emails. It's a newsletter archives. Now, as you can see, I just picked a few of the messages that I've sent out. It's going to show you the subject. It's going to show you the groups we sent to. Number of messages sent, number of emails that were opened, number of people that opened your emails. If there were any links or buttons, click buttons there and people clicked on them, it's going to show you here how many were clicked. Now, the files we've disabled this upload thing because people are uploading a whole lot of stuff and it was causing too many problems for them. Now, what happens is, as you see, if you want to view the message that you sent, you're going to click here. This is a small icon that looks like an eye. That will show you the message that you sent. If you want to edit that message, or you want to edit it and send it to another group, you click on the next icon, which looks like a pencil right there. And if you want to resend that message as is to the same group, you click on this button right here. Now, if you want to see the statistics and what happened to that specific message, who opened your emails and so forth, then you're going to click on the small graph right there. All right? And for that, that's as much as I want now. looks like we may have to do some, more a little bit. So now, what I did here is I clicked on the statistics right here because I thought that's important to show you. And of course, I clicked on the statistics on this email. And the reason I did that is there are so many few emails in there compared to this that has over 500 emails, and there were 200 open. So I didn't want to deal with that. So click on the statistics again. Now it shows you here the subject of the message you sent out, the date it was sent out, the email it was sent from. Of course, this is your email address. It was sent to these many people, 9 people. It was opened by 7 people. And if you want to know who opened, you click here under open. It will show you the emails of all the 7 people who opened. And of course, if there were any clicks on your links, you click here and you'll see the people who opened who clicked on your links. All right. Any questions so far? I hope we didn't lose you, but if there are any questions, I know this is something that sometimes may bring more questions to you guys. Yes. Feel free to compile those questions, and you can send them either to me or to George. And if we need to recreate another webinar that concentrates on a specific area, we'll do. As I told you, this is our own system we're using to do the webinar, so we don't have any limit on when and how, and we can do it whenever you guys want, and as many times as we have to. Gerard is asking, if I want to delete people who didn't open, do I have to do it one at a time? No, remember there's a box that George asked about. That is the box you're going to select, the boxes of the people who did not open, and then at the bottom you're going to click delete. It's going to delete them all. Or
you may, in answer to that as well, you may want to just move the ones that did open it into a different file. Because when you start dripping on them, you want to be able to personalize it and acknowledge the fact that they heard from you, or you've heard from me before, or something like that. So you may want to save those ones that did not open and try again later. And now down the road is after you emailed them 5, 6, 7 times and they still haven't opened anything up, then maybe yes, maybe you should delete them at that point. But if, not everybody's going to open up the emails right away, but you never know, a week from now they may start opening them up, and because they become familiar with who you are and maybe the information, they'll be more interested a week from now. So it's all about timing. All right. I hear you, Faisal. So let me answer. Gerard is asking, I did not see the delete button. I'm going to go to my screen so I can show you where to get the delete button. All right? It's there somewhere. Yes. All right. So let's assume that this is the group, and you want to delete this email. And you can select as many as there. What you're going to do is you go to the bottom here. Oh, can you see where I am? Okay. You have 2 options here. You can either transfer to another group or delete. You go ahead and select delete and click OK, message. You get this message here, and then you say OK, and then it's going to delete that message, that email address. Yes. Does that answer your question? Yes. All right, perfect. Can you get, Fred is asking, can we get presentation, PDF of these 2 presentations? Yes, you can. George, I did send you the first one, the first PDF. I can send you this second PDF. The first one meaning getting started? Yes, as a matter of fact, let me see, maybe. Why don't you just send this one to me again? We can do it in an easier way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and when you log in, you're going to go to Home and Downloads. I'm going to put them here.
It's not there yet, but I'm going to add them here today so you can access them there instead of sending them through email. It will be easier. All right, thanks. How do you keep from duplicating emails every time you do in a new search? You click on filter, Sandra. All right.
If you hit filter, that takes out the dupes?
Yes. Oh, Frederick is asking, in what link? Let me answer Frederick first. Frederick, we are talking about a PDF for this presentation and the presentation from last week. So what I said is, once you log into your system, is my screen on? I'm going to go back to my screen so I can show you. Once you log into the system, you go, I know once you log in, you're going to be in here, but go ahead and click on home. And while you're at home, go to downloads. And I'm going to upload the links here. And you're going to be able to get them there. All right. Okay, let me do that. And will it cross-reference the groups? Yes. Greg, I can't see the desktop sharing window. Can you see it? Did you see it? Were you able to see it? I think you did. You said, okay, thanks. All right. All right. And any other questions?
So what are we going to do about the PDF files? Are you sending it to me?
No, I'm going to upload it on the website. I'm going to upload it on the website, and then we'll get it.
You download it. That's when it's okay.
So they can download it because it's going to be.
How soon will it be up there?
Today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty easy because we already have that. Do you guys want to handle shortcuts? And maybe we should do it in the next webinar. What do you think? Maybe let's handle this in the next webinar alongside the squeeze pages because that's also very, very important. What do you think? Okay, thanks. Okay, we'll do that. The next one will be fairly brief, but it's really, really important as well. Landing page, yes, we'll do landing pages and squeeze pages. Yes.
Everybody asks about that, Fred, and we're going to cover that on it. Don't worry about it at this point.
Yes. Automatic email response. Yes, we're going to show you how you're going to put a page out there whereby they will put the information and get their instant home value, and you will be able to get their phone number, their email address, and so forth. And it's all within the system as well.
Any other questions, folks? Now, we do have a getting started again on Monday. And I'm going to send all of you the invite and the link to that if you want to come back and repeat it. If you're on the first one, but you want to repeat it again, you're welcome to do that. Those of you who were not on that call, certainly you want to be on that one on Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Again, I'm going to email everyone with the link. And as you see, there's just so much stuff to cover here. And so it's always good to hear it time and again. And to listen to the recordings as well.
Yes, sounds great. All right. All right. So, is there any other question? Thanks, Gerard. Thanks, Fred. We had a good conversation here. Thank you, Sandra. So I think we are going to wind it up now. I'm actually stopping the recording now. Thank you.
Are you